Hey, Cody, over to your right. Congratulations. First of all, how weird is it for you to be here and there was a fight in Perth the other day?
Oh yeah, it's actually funny because when I first came to the US, they did the first show in Perth, the one that Israel actually debuted on, and I missed that one too because I was over here at the time. So this is the second time it happened now. However, yeah, the last one that was before this one, I actually got to go to, so that was wicked. So it does feel a bit weird, but yeah, I'm over here doing business anyway. So I think this is getting a contract is, you know, better and more fulfilling than just going to the event. Now I'm part of the event. So yeah, it's amazing.
What were you doing? You said you were in the United States last time. What were you doing when the first one was there?
I came over here 2017 for the first time. It was the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Championships. I was a blue belt at the time. Came over, competed, lost in the quarterfinals, and then just hung around for like 3 months, went to a boxing gym, went to a couple MMA gyms, checked it out. And then after losing in the Worlds, I came back to Perth and I was like, right, well, I want to do MMA now. And the cage actually came back. It was banned for a long time in Perth, MMA in the cage. So that came back. And then, yeah, I went to a show. It was a Hex show. I went there, watched that, and then I was like, man, I think I can beat all these guys. So, and I was big fans of these guys, but the guys my weight, obviously, I thought I can beat these guys. So then I wanted to finally take up MMA like I'd always planned to do my whole life. So, yeah.
In one of your interviews with Laura, you said your coach was calling out the combinations and everything. But I wonder, you know, how much of that was instinct, because your coach is calling out there's that split-second delay between the time you hear him and the time you do it, and the opening isn't there anymore, right? Had that been a move that you had drilled over and over? Because it seemed like the left hook was, you know, as soon as he moved his hand, boom, you got that left hook in there.
Yeah, just that's a combination that we call out on the pads all the time. Not going to give away like what we say, because then probably my next opponent, when my coach calls it out, they're going to know what it is. So we'll keep that one like, yeah, but they'll probably hear it anyway. It's not rocket science. They can figure it out. But no, I work that combination all the time. Like when we hit pads, I'm throwing 20 punch combos all the time. So, and putting like punches in bunches, that's what I like to do. So yeah, combination punching, that's my style. And yeah, I was just lucky enough that, you know, I heard the call and I said, oh yeah, we'll see if this lands. Boop. And then I was like, oh shit, my opponent's down. And I was like, oh, just like that. And then, yeah, it was just blown away. Shocked myself every time.
So because this is something you've wanted so badly and you've been working for such a long time, when you drop them, is there, you know, do you have to resist the urge to get too excited and, you know, just stay within yourself and do your job, as opposed to, oh my God, now I'm almost there, right? And can you talk us through sort of how you went through the finish? You went through, you know, you seem like pretty methodical as you did the ground and pound and then transition to the choke.
Yeah, I would have liked to just ground and pound him unconscious, to be honest, but I kept hitting him and then he wasn't going unconscious. I was like, I'm going to have to choke him now. Yeah, that was just the thought process behind that. I definitely got excited when I dropped him. It's just, I guess, you know, like we practice it in the gym all the time. Obviously, I don't drop my training partners then run in like that, you know, but yeah, it's just killer instinct, I guess, you know. It's as soon as you smell the blood, you go. So, and I've always had that. And yeah, I think my coach actually said to me this morning, like, you know, a samurai, they don't wake up and then think, oh, am I a samurai or am I not? If you're a samurai, you know you're a samurai, and I really am, and I'm there to just kill or be killed 24/7. So that's
you and Yuri Prohaska, congratulations.
So that's a big compliment.
Last question for me. You know, you made the comment you wanted to knock him unconscious, and you know, you hear Dana talk a lot of times, show us what you have and everything. Does that play, you know, when you come here and you make that long flight, 20 hours or whatever it is over here, is that in your head? Because like we heard him last week, and you know, even today when he was talking about Torres Finney, you know, hey, show us what you have and everything. Do you consciously think about that as you're going through fight week and preparing?
Yeah, 100%. That was actually something that my coach talked to me about a lot. He said, hey, you know, don't worry about trying to do anything different. You know, Dana's going to love you regardless, because I don't know if any of you guys have watched any of my previous fights, but I'm exciting. I have a 100% finish rate for a reason, and my only loss went the distance with Steve Erceg, who we all know how fantastic he is, right? And if you watch that fight, that got Fight of the Year, Australian MMA, and it was probably the most high-paced fight you can watch on any regional scene. So in my head, I was thinking, oh, maybe I've got to try and be a little more exciting, but my coach just said to me, like, look, man, don't try and be more exciting. You just go and do you, because you're exciting regardless. So I've never been in a boring fight. And the day I am in a boring fight and I look boring, Dana can cut me straight away. I don't want to be in a boring fight. I'm there, like I said, I want to finish my opponents. I'm not there to try and dance around and hit and run away and win on points. I want to put them out and make sure it's a non-negotiable, that there's no argument as to, like, if I should have won or not, So never leave it in the judge's hands. That's what I like to finish fights, and that's what I'm going to try and continue to do, so.
And just last thing, give your coach credit. What's his name? So
Ramel Luistro, best coach in the world, and thank you for believing in me and actually taking me under your wing, because wouldn't be able to do it without you. So shout out to Luistro Combat Academy in Perth. We're a small, tiny gym, but it's not about the equipment, it's about the quality in there, so that's what matters.
Cody, congrats on the big win in the right here. Congrats on the win in the contract. Dana called this an odd night. I'm sure you saw there, especially after your fight. 2 decisions, and it's just kind of an odd night overall. But how does it feel to be the standout of this episode?
Well, when he said that, I was like, oh shit. I was thinking that, like, oh, maybe he's not excited. Like, maybe he didn't like my fight, and I was like, but how could he not? So, I'm just grateful. Like, I didn't even know I was the standout, but now that you say it like that, yeah, well, I guess it feels awesome, right?
I know you brought the Steve Erceg fight up. I'm sure a lot of people that searched you up after tonight found out about that. So I guess from your point of view, how does it feel? Obviously, you put on Fight of the Year with him. So how did it feel to kind of see his fast rise to a title run here in the UFC and ultimately now join him in the roster? Yeah,
it just goes to show, like, the Australians are killing it, man. Like, we need more Aussies getting a shot. Like, and this season of the Contender Series has been awesome, because I know it's only week 2, but we've got a lineup of a lot of Australian and New Zealand fighters, and I just feel like, percentage-wise, we have some incredible talent coming out of Australia and New Zealand, and especially Perth. Perth is so small, and you look at the fighters coming out of Perth. I've got a teammate that's actually fighting on here in 2 weeks' time, Quillan Salkild, and he's going to be sitting up here with a contract, no doubt, and we're both from the same gym, and he's phenomenal as well. So Perth is producing some absolute talent right now, and I just feel like, I don't know what's in the water there, but everyone's like a killer coming out of there. So yeah, it's awesome.
For sure. And last one for me, I saw you mention there that you came for a big jiu-jitsu championship out here. Did you get to catch any grappling this past weekend with the big tournaments going on?
Oh, yeah, I went to the CJI.
What was your thoughts on it?
Yeah. So, big Craig Jones fan. Actually did a seminar with him start of the year over in Bali. Always looking to upskill. So, I love what he's doing for the sport. Jiu-jitsu guys have never been paid properly. And now, it's good to have that healthy competition to raise the bar. And actually, these guys can make a living out of it, So, it's really good, yeah. So, huge fan of what Craig's doing. And, yeah, congrats to all the athletes that won as well.
And what is your take on that healthy competition for the sport between CJI and ADCC?
Oh, I just think it's good. Like, if Craig raised the bar here, hopefully ADCC, when they come back, they start paying the athletes a bit more. And then, you got, like, jiu-jitsu people won't have to rely on, like, coaching at, like, a gym to make a living. They can actually just compete and be competitors and actually get paid for being the best grapplers in the world, like they should, like they deserve, right? So, yeah, I just think it's good for the sport. Like, yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cody.
What's up, bro?
You gave Billy a lot of respect coming into the fight. So, now looking back at it, you go out there, first round finish, 100% finish rate. Like, I guess just really, can you encapsulate that, right? Like,
yeah, so, we were talking during the week, and I was super worried, man. Every opponent I'm shit scared of. Like, I put it simple like that. But it's these like insecurities that make you train so hard and prepare so well. You know, I know like a fight's a fight, anything can happen, and I think Billy's a phenomenal fighter, man. It's just, I don't know. It's just I shock myself every time. Every time I go and do something like this, I look like, how the fuck did I do that? And it's just like, I guess that's what I train for, right? I've been training since a kid, and when you're in there, you know, it is instincts a lot of the time, and yeah, they all just come out and they all flow, and yeah, I'm just grateful, and a bit of luck helps too, I guess. But yeah, grateful and lucky enough to find his chin and drop him there. So yeah, but I'm sure like Billy will be back. He's a phenomenal fighter, and it just wasn't his night tonight, unfortunately.
You know, this is a very softball, you know, easy question, but like you know, so young, and you're finally a UFC fighter. Like, how does that feel? You know, it's been a dream for you for so long. You had a tough time finding opponents on the regional scene. You didn't know if you were gonna get here in another 2 years. You got here quick. Like, what's it feel to have a UFC contract?
Yeah, I mean, it feels normal, right? Because I've always valued myself as a UFC fighter, and it was actually frustrating fighting on the regional scene for so long without being like signed to a greater promotion, because I always knew that this is my destiny and this is where I need to be, and just let me go do some damage, you know? And finally, I've been given the opportunity to do some damage, and I'm sure you'll see me do a lot more damage, yeah. So I'm super stoked. But yeah, patience, like, you know, everything happens for a reason, I believe. And yeah, when it's your time, it's your time. And I feel like now it's just my time, simple as that. And when it's someone's time, they're hard to stop. And I feel like it's my time.
UFC debut. Do you want it to be in Australia? Do you want to travel? A lot of your fights have been in Australia. Like what's a perfect debut look for you?
I mean, yeah, debuting in Perth would be sick. It's the hometown, but I miss that, you know? So anywhere, to be honest, I don't mind. Whatever they have planned for me, I'm just grateful to be here. I'll travel wherever. Actually, I want to check out Japan, because I've always wanted to go there for a holiday, you know, snowboarding and stuff. So if they ever do a card in Japan, that would be sick. But Perth definitely. I would like to debut in Perth, but obviously that's not happening anytime soon. So wherever they put me, I'm willing to travel out and fight.
And are you looking to stay active?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So I will enjoy 1 week here in the US. We're going to go to Orlando, Florida, go on all the rides at the theme park, you know, make up for lost time. As you know, in Perth, we've only got Adventure World. It's pretty bad, like, considering like what you guys have here. So I want to go on some roller coasters and just, yeah, do all the things that I didn't get to do when I was a kid. So I'm just a big kid. So yeah, I'll go do that. And then when I get back to Perth, yeah, back to the grind, and then just stay ready. It's training all year round, pretty much. Stay ready. I don't have any injuries, touch wood, from this fight. So yeah, stay ready and just be ready for whatever comes next, yeah.
You want to give a shout out to Jasmine?
Oh, yeah, big shout out to Jasmine Frank, best manager. Yeah, and she hooked up this opportunity, so thank you, yeah.